You know what you came here for. Sit back and tune in for Eisha Taylore. Yeah.
What's up, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, Eisha Taylore. We are doing another silk press this year. I'm starting off with super old dry hair, so I'm going to use this Nature's Little Secret pre-poo. I have a review on that on my shorts if you want to know more about this. But I really want to focus on hydration this day, okay? Get your notebook. I'm dropping gems. I'm getting tips from TikTok to make this silk press the best yet. These are the shampoos that I'm using. I'm gonna put everything that I'm using in the description bar for y'all because it's gonna be a lot of products, okay? So I washed my hair and I'm using this Amika Shine Mask. It's the first time I'm using it. I'm getting a lot of recommendations from TikTok, but naturally I feel like my hair isn't lustrous enough, like it isn't shiny. So I wanted to use a shine mask, and when I first put it on, I was like, girl, did you leave shampoo in your hair? Because why is it sudsing up? I'm going to have to try this product again and see if it was me. But needless to say, I was able to finger detangle this product in my hair. And after I washed this out, no, I lied. After I washed out my shampoo, I actually did an apple cider vinegar rinse before this mask. More on that another time, but I feel like an apple cider vinegar rinse really gets your hair super, super clean, okay? So I washed out that mask. You only need to leave it in for like 60 seconds. And I did feel like my hair was shinier. Now this Amika Hydro Rush Deep Conditioner. Y'all know this is my holy freaking grail. If you don't have this, you're not hydrating your hair enough, okay? Now I'm using my face steamer. You don't have to go out and buy a hair steamer if you don't have to. If you have a hair steamer, just use that bad boy. Hydration is key when you're doing a silk press, is what I'm learning. Because if your hair is dry, then your hair in a silk press is going to try to find that moisture somewhere else. So I doubled up and I'm using my Curadew too. If y'all know, Curadew is such an old school product, but again, I refuse to buy a new steamer if I don't have to. And I have an alternative method for y'all. You can use this seated steamer. At this point, I was tired, y'all. I was like, okay, let's just eat something real quick and steam my hair another way. So at this point, my hair should be super hydrated, okay? And it actually was. Steaming my hair is something that I do every wash day, so this was no different for me. This is also new. I'm using the Amika frizz-free something. Again, I'll link everything down below for y'all. I wanted my hair to be as frizz-free as possible, and naturally my hair is frizzy. So I was giving this a try. This was also really easy to detangle, finger detangle. I didn't use a comb. And I think I'm gonna continue using this product maybe like every other wash day, or specifically when I'm doing a silk press, because I really did enjoy this product. So if y'all want to try it, definitely try it, because I think this helped me with my silk press. So at this point, my hair is feeling and looking good. Like, look at the shine. Like, it looked better in person. I'm in front of the window, but it looked really good. Now I'm going to use these two products from Amika, the Wizard and the Bombshell. Again, everything will be in the description box because these names are ridiculous. And I'm spraying that thing all over my hair because I'm not getting heat damage. I am not, okay? Well, first of all, I'm going to stretch my hair. Y'all know in my other silk press video, I put my hair in Bantu knots after I apply my heat protectant. I find that helps my hair stretch a little bit more. And then I change my shirt. Don't blow dry your hair with the same soaking wet shirt that you were using this whole wash day, because your hair is just going to stay wet. Now I'm using this Revlon roller brush. This is one of the best blow dries I've ever gotten. And once I got the hang of it, because my hair is shorter, I was rolling that thing. I was like, ooh, I got it. Another thing that I want to mention for a really good silk press is the blow dry. So take your time, blow dry your hair. Also, you're going to see me do a couple things. I'm going to focus on the roots and I'm going to focus on the ends, but I'm also going to switch and change to another blow dryer to do a cool shot. So I always like to close my cuticle. Oh wait, girl, back up for a second. I forgot to mention, after I rinsed out my deep conditioner, I did a cool shot, a cool rinse as my final rinse to close my cuticles. That's also super important, okay? My bad. Right? Go back to your notes and go back to that step and just write it down. Just be like, okay, after deep conditioner, then rinse out with a cool shot. But yeah, so I'm using the blow dryer on medium heat with this roller blow dryer, and then I'm going to follow up with another blow dryer and do a cool shot, which is just using the blow dryer on the cool setting to close my cuticle. Another thing that I think helped with my blow dry this time is that I blow dried my hair and then I actually braided my hair down so it can cool down, and I didn't do my silk press till the next day, y'all. I typically will blow dry my hair in one room, right? Usually in the bathroom, and then I would proceed and then silk press my hair in the same day, same moment. And people on TikTok was like, no, y'all, don't do that because it's actually going to make your hair puff up because the moisture's in the room. So that's another tip. If you can do your silk press on a different day, do that. Or if you can't do it on a different day, do a different room and see if that helps you. All right, so the next day I'm using another Amika product, which is super popular on TikTok, which is the Heat Blockade, I think. So I'm using that as my additional heat protectant before I do my silk press. Another tip for y'all is in between you doing silk presses is to use a alcohol pad and just wipe the inside of your flat irons too. Make sure you do that because grease and heat protectant and all that collects on your flat iron blade. I was doing an experiment to see which chasing method I preferred, whether it's the comb, a brush, a roller brush, another comb, and I ended up deciding that a traditional comb was better for me when it came to my chasing method. But again, experiment how you want. The pink brush, the boar bristle brush, was a good second too because it just got my hair really straight. I really don't understand the difference between flat iron and a silk press. I feel like the same thing, but let me know what y'all think in the comments below. But at this point, I just knew that this was gonna be a really good silk press because of just how everything came about. So as I continue silk pressing my hair, I'm just going to give y'all a roundup of what I think changed and what helped me in this silk press. So one, detoxing my hair and using a clarifying shampoo really helps with your silk press, making sure your hair is clean. I think an apple cider vinegar rinse additionally really helped get my hair clean too. Okay, doing a deep conditioner under a steamer is a game changer, so make sure you always do that. Doing a cold rinse as your last rinse after deep conditioning is important to close your cuticles. Are y'all writing this down? Okay. And then blow drying your hair and doing a cold shot as the last shot when you're blow drying. If you can, blow dry and then do your silk press on a different day. If you can't do that, then blow dry in one room, let that room cool off, and then proceed with the silk press when the humidity and the fog in the air goes away. When you're doing your silk press, do the chasing method, of course. We all know this, but you can choose if you want to use a brush or a comb. It's up to you. And using any type of frizz-free product, so your serums and all that stuff, is also super important. I don't really see this as a tip, but if you want to wear your hair straight, then wrap your hair, of course, because that's probably the easiest way to keep it straight. If you want a little bump to the end, add some rollers or flex rods. I do have a video of 7 heatless ways to maintain your silk press, so I'll leave that for y'all to check out as well. And that's like the difference in this silk press compared to other silk presses that I've done is those tips. And y'all, game changer. My hair, it's been about 2 weeks as I'm doing this voiceover right now for y'all, and my hair is still super straight. It's actually kind of annoying a little bit. I'm like, can you curl? Can you do something? So I find that if you don't initially like curl your hair when you start, it's not going to be curly. So you might as well like add some curls in the beginning and then maintain those curls. But I maintained it straight. So yeah, I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if you learned any tips, if there's anything that you'll try differently for your silk press, if you plan to. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.